leading up to the point of making that decision of I want to get into real estate?
Well, I spent so when I moved back to Ohio and finished all my degrees, because I was getting them paid for by the state because I worked for the state of Ohio for a time, and I was a corrections officer in the state prison. The good, the bad, the ugly. Got to experience it, and I, I I left that job in 2016, and I thought, I got to do something else. What do I want to do? And the real estate it's an easy entry point. So it's easy to get into real estate per se with just a test. I mean, it does cost you, to join all the boards and all the extra stuff.
Yep.
But the price point's not the easy thing, but experience wise and just passing a test, it's an easy entry point. So I said, let me get into real estate. My mom used to do it. I enjoyed it. It's always been kind of a thought in the back of my mind, with doing rentals and investing and that kind of stuff. So it's kind of like the gateway. So in 2016, then I took the classes, got my license. In about July, I think I was licensed, and just kind of, I did a part time. It was like full time, part time for a while, and also at the same time, I was doing fire and EMS as like a side gig. So I kind of meshed between doing fire and EMS and real estate. So it kind of worked out pretty good that I was doing like part time on both things. Able, provide for the family. Yet I had the schedule that I wanted to, and I was available. So,
Yeah. Yeah. It's one of the things that you mentioned, about business and those memes that you see as far as, working the 70 hours a week. The one thing I see in this industry, being in it for 12 years now and just seeing, top performing agents, it's the majority of people get into to real estate either to make more money, to have more freedom, or to have flexibility within their schedule. But the top performing agents in our industry tell themselves every single day what to do, when to do it, and how to do it. Right? They treat it as it's that 9 to 5 job, and that's initially what a lot of agents are trying to get away from. Right? Of clocking in and clocking out. And like you said, as a business owner, no one's calling you and saying, "Hey, Chris, where you at today? Hey, Chris, are you doing what you're supposed to be doing today?" And so diving in, you kind of mentioned that you were doing real estate full time, part time. The EMS firefighter, and that career allowed some flexibility. Were you 24 on, 48 off, or was that kind of the schedule?
Well, similar, because I was just doing part time. So, you put in for the days that you want and you work whatever you want. So, at the time I was on 2 or 3 different departments. So I might work 24 here, go 24 there, and then I would be off for 4 days and just do real estate. That's a good thing about the part-time gig. But then again, you don't have benefits. You don't have anything else. You're doing the exact same job as the career guys.
Sure.
But I also didn't have my 240, my firefighter 2, and I didn't have anything above an EMT basic. So typically, if you want to be career, you're going to have your fire 2 and a medic card. That's generally how it goes for full time. So when I got my bachelor's degree in 2018, I think it was right about the same time that I actually completed my fire 2 card. So I did my fire 1, fire 2 in 2017, 2018, and also finished my bachelor's degree. So I was pretty busy in 2017 and 18. So I had my fire 2, then my EMT basic, and got my bachelor's degree. And kind of then I really reevaluated what I wanted to do. And then all of a sudden COVID hit. So COVID kind of changed a lot of dynamics, and then the market really changed. And I thought, you know what? I got to make a decision. Do I want to do fire full time? And then that's, again, another career change, where I said, no, I don't want to do fire full time. Let's go into real estate. And then that took me to 2021 when I said, hey, I'm going to start my own team. And then I came over to EXP.
Yeah. Now, because you got licensed in 2017? 2016. Were you just trying to figure out something that you were passionate about, that you enjoyed doing? Because sometimes I see that that's where a lot of people struggle too, is like, we're always, I'm a big Gary V guy, and one of his messages is like, and this is where I didn't, and I'm kind of jealous of the people that do, of go out and they try everything. You know what I mean? Like, they actually go out and they say yes to this, and then they're there for 2 3 years, and then they go and do this job over here that's completely different. And I didn't go that path, but a lot of times Gary Vee talks about how in your 20s that's what you should be doing to gain experience, to find what you really truly do enjoy doing and what you don't enjoy doing.
And that's one takeaway that I can put back to use because I can talk to a lot of people. I doing fire and EMS, they call us on their worst day. So, when they have nobody else to turn to, you're that shining light. So you can actually help them and make an impact. And you learn to talk to people and compassion and care. And that carries over into the real estate when you list somebody's house because their family passed away. So you got to sell a house.
Yeah.
And you're being attentive, you're being caring, compassionate, and listening to detail because it's not easy. So that's where the life experience comes into play.
Yeah. Now lead me. So when you decide to get your real estate license, and you're doing part time, full time, all of that. What was your business like? Instant success? Did you struggle?
Um, I did the typical. I was in the office doing office time. Working for a local brokerage, and I mean it helped. It worked. I bought some leads. I kind of did the floor time so I could take some cold calls. And I mean, I was really trying to work it. It's just it didn't catch right away and take off. So I had to have that backup plan of like, oh crap, what do I do? I got to pay the bills.
Yeah.
So that's why I stayed in the fire and EMS was it was kind of like a safety net, but I enjoy it. It gave me the camaraderie that I wanted. Where when you're doing real estate, you're kind of on your own. You
Yeah.
know, um, I was just trying to. I filled that void and kind of found my niche of where I wanted to be. Um, it definitely is easier doing real estate full time when you're like full on focused and you can, really expend all your energy on it. It makes
Yeah.
it easier.
It's a fine line for people to walk when they're trying to transition out of one career and into another career, right?
Mhm.
I always try to tell agents that I'm helping go through that process is you're never going to feel 100% comfortable. And a lot of times, having that career is actually going to hold you back in your real estate career because you're only going to be able to help a certain number of people, right? Your hours are only limited to a certain number during the day to focus on the real estate activities, showing homes, prospecting, going to listing appointments, all of those things. So,